SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championships continues. Game 4 coming up at 4 p.m. It'll be Santa Rosa and Grossmont. The winners bracket, top seeds from both the North and the South, will do battle coming up in about 25 minutes live here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. about 15 minutes away from the start of Game 2 on the day, Game 4 of the weekend. Santa Rosa and Grossmont, the winners bracket, defending state champion Bear Cubs look to extend their winning ways here up at Fresno. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stornoff with the call coming up shortly. Game 2 of 3 on the day. Win or go home. The elimination bracket this morning saw Ohlone fall to El Camino 6-1. Back in about 10 minutes with the start of Game 4 of the championships, Santa Rosa and Grossmont. Fans, a reminder that today's game is brought to you by the 3C2A. California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. The 3C2A, providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams. Can you put the flyer up? Spread the word, everybody. You can go to our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also catch us on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. That's our channel. Feel free to subscribe. And also, if you have an Apple TV or an Xbox One or a set-top box that is YouTube-enabled, search our channel, SoCal College Sports 1, and you can catch us on the big screen. Hello and welcome to day 2 of the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championships live from Fresno City College. John Eulis, Ballpark, Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone. Bones with you this weekend,
Sir.
The entirety of the weekend, hopefully. Are we going to have you tomorrow?
Well, it's up to God at this point, but if I'm upright, I'll be here.
Santa Rosa and Grossmont, it's the winner's bracket, both of the top seeds from the north and the south. On the mound for Santa Rosa, the home team here in Game 4 on the weekend, Garrett Hill, 7-0 this season with a 2.85 ERA.
Good first pitch fastball. Looks like he's got a little life in that arm for the Bear Cubs here taking control.
The book on Garrett, high 80s, low 90s. Got a little bit of pop in there, a lot of movement on his pitches, and looks pretty good so far.
Absolutely.
David Maldonado in a hole 0-2. It'll be Maldonado, Hernandez, and Berkey due up this inning for Grossmont, winner yesterday in the night game versus Ohlone. Starting things off with a K and looking very dominant early on is Garrett Hill.
That might be the top end of the MPH as you just described, Mikey. That aggressive fastball, hit me now or sit down later. That's what he looked like right there.
And Hill keeps on rolling along versus Reese Hernandez. Hernandez coming in batting .331. Maldonado's 27 strikeouts this season, so he's not averse to striking out. Reese Hernandez, a different story. He only has 8 strikeouts this season and 155 at-bats. 1-1. One gone here, top of the first. Hernandez goes opposite way. Should be an easy play made for Ben Sanderson, and it is out number 2. Here in the top of the first, Sanderson with 3 hits yesterday.
2 down, game 2, day 2. Some people say I'd like to reside in Laguna Beach or Hawaii, but I think the winner's bracket is where the 3C2A baseball championships, that those people want to reside there.
Are you trying to make a ploy to move the championships to Laguna Beach? Because I would not be averse to that, my friend.
We might not need such a tarp here.
Probably not.
And the breeze a little bit more welcoming to the broadcast booth.
Nice breeze today. Beautiful day for baseball as it was yesterday. Justin Berkey, now the batter for the Griffins.
Berkey, big, strong kid. 5 home runs, hitting the 3-hole pretty much all year for Grossmont, who's been known to be very, very offensive as a group.
Let's see if Garrett Hill allows me to set the defense here. Sanderson in left, Teasley in center, Jeff Bart in right. At third, it's Josh Lenny. At 8, at short, Matt Kimura. Second baseman, Blake Berry. Ryder Coons, the big bat in the lineup for Santa Rosa at first. Behind the dish, Trevor Mallett. And as we said, Garrett Hill already with a K today on the mound. He's ahead of Berkey 1-2. Sit down. 1, 2, 3, top of the first, and we head to the bottom half here. Santa Rosa due up. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Bottom of the first. Santa Rosa now up on the mound today here for Grossmont. It's the man who had the save last night. Hayden Shenefield comes in with a 1.68 ERA, 7-0 on the season. Both starting pitchers this season undefeated. And you expect to see that here up at Fresno.
Shenefield, we saw a little bit of him yesterday in the 9th inning. Got a little bit of a herky delivery, kind of deceiving to the hitter, but very aggressive. and got a unique kind of a breaking ball here that could give Santa Rosa some trouble.
Santa Rosa winner yesterday over El Camino 5-2. El Camino moving on to Game 5 later today, dispatching Ohlone this morning 6-1. Ohlone, a gritty bunch. In fact, they came into the ninth inning trailing 6-0, but they do scratch one across, so they don't go home on a shutout to end their season. Congratulations to the Renegades on a fantastic season here in 2017. Memorial Day weekend, everybody, here 2017. SoCalCollegeSports.com's live coverage of the 2017 baseball championships here from John Eulis Field in Fresno. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbeau, and Jeff Stoynoff with you. Remember, Game 2 today of 3. This the winner's bracket. The loser of this game will face El Camino later tonight. We'll have a start time for you, as that start time is to be determined. Due up this inning for Santa Rosa, Blake Berry, Josh Lenny, Trevor Mallett.
Hayden Chevenfield, Madison Garrett Hill coming right back, getting in the strike zone early, setting the tempo for his club.
Oh. In the game yesterday versus Ohlone in the nightcap, a lot of 0-2 counts on both sides. Tim Holgrafer was fantastic yesterday. 8 innings of shutout ball.
He was very good. Very good, and we're going to see that kind of pitching today, I'm sure.
Not shutout ball. He allowed 3 runs. 2 of them on a bomb.
Big bomb.
Big bomb. About 400 plus feet.
Backyard wiffle ball bomb.
Shenfield behind 2-1. That one popped up, out of play. That'll even it up to 2-2. Spread the word, everybody. You can go to our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on our channel on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. Got an Apple TV. Punch that in. Catch us on the big screen, upscaled to 1080p. It's a nice picture. The 2-2. That one grounded over to second. Should be a routine play over for Reese Hernandez. Takes care of it for out number 1.
Just as we've seen earlier in the tournament, Hayden Chevenfield works from a stretch, a little bit non-traditional in a traditional wind-up situation, so a little more comfortable there. Might tell you a little bit about him, his delivery, and something that he feels comfortable with competing today.
It's going to bring up Josh Lenny. We'll set the defense here for you. For Grossmont, Eric De La Rosa had a triple yesterday. He's in left. David Maldonado in center. Cabot Van Til in right. Justin Berkey at third. Michael Diffley at short. Reese Hernandez at second. Noah Stroll at first. Trevor Beard behind the dish. And Hayden Shenfield starts off Lenny with a ball, 1-0. Lenny on the season batting .279. Bit of a check swing there. Hernandez, a busy inning so far, takes care of it. Out number 2. 2 up and 2 down.
Again, aggressive. Tough to get an arm angle look on this particular right-hander for Grossmont. And Santa Rosa may need to chat a little bit so they can square up a couple here later in the ballgame. Or right here with their 3-hole hitter, Trevor Mallett.
Mallett comes in batting .364. Mallett and Coons, the big bats in the lineup. And Bronansky, not all that bad himself, batting a cool .356. You talk about the 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters, 7 hitters for Santa Rosa batting.
All 3 1/4 plus.
Yeah.
330 plus. When things happen for the Bear Cubs, it usually happens right in this area of the lineup.
Mallett ahead 1-0. 1-0 pitch, fouled off, 1-1. Remember, everybody, if you have any friends and family that'd like to tune into this weekend, you can also watch the archive coverage of our games. Go to our website, www.socalcollegesports.com.
Grossmont sporting the lime green multis yesterday, and to here, rocking the old school Padres from San Diego.
Yeah, so they go from the old school Astros to the old school Padres. The 1-1 just missing on the outer half.
That's a tough no call there, Tony.
Well, the guy behind the plate's always right. Isn't that what we learned?
That were only true. 2-1. That one in there, called strike 2.
He too is human. And I'm sure there's a time where he'll admit that he's missed 1 or 2.
He won't do it during the game, though.
No, sir, not at all.
Trip Deuce is on the board, 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one popped up. Maldonado backing up just a little bit, takes care of it. 3 up and 3 down. We head to the second. No score here in game 2 on the day. Grossmont, Santa Rosa. Stay tuned. Fans, a reminder that today's game is being brought to you by the 3C2A. The California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student-athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. The 3C2A, providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams. Top of the second, no score, 3 up and 3 down for both teams. And from the looks of it, might be a pitcher's duel here in game 2.
We're only in game 2 for each of these clubs, and so you're going to have a reputable starter on the front end, competitive, and guys that have got him to this point probably all year.
Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's coverage. Jeffrey, how you doing?
Just soaking it all in.
Soaking in all those UV rays.
Working in our trivia question for the day. We'll have that a little bit later.
My goodness.
You thought you were free, Bones,
yeah,
but we got more for you.
DUMB once again.
Yeah, we had you. DUMB.
That would spell dumb, Mike.
Oh,
okay. The B is silent.
Yeah. I thought you were going for a meaningful acronym.
No. Yeah, well, it is meaningful based on Jeff's archival research for trivia questions. Came out of the tomb of Montezuma, I think.
You and Montezuma, born same year?
No. I'm not a vengeful person.
Swing and a miss on the 0-2. And Noah Stroll, the big bat in the lineup for the Griffins, goes down on K's.
Noah Stroll, tough at bat. Big play yesterday at the end of the ball game on coming off the bag and making a tag. So he'll go out, play the other half, and help the Griffins on the defensive side.
Stroll, Beard, Bosted do up this inning for Grossmont. Beard started off with a strike looking 0-1.
Trevor Beard, 44 games played, 44 games started. Back behind the dish. We've seen some outstanding catchers in this tournament.
Well, last week at the softball championships, we had a chance to call some of the action, and the catchers were very, very good, very instrumental into team success, and that's usually the case.
Well, you need to be strong up the middle, pitcher, catcher, shortstop, second baseman, center fielder. Try and build your club around that. You put some other athletes around him, you got yourself a ball club.
1-1 in there, called strike 2. Garrett Hill is mixing it up very well.
Well, he's got a commanding fastball for sure, and he sneaks that breaking ball in there. Not necessarily a strikeout pitch at this point, but that fastball is something that you need to adjust to.
1-2. Beard fights it off. So we'll do the 1-2 all over again. Swing and a miss.
There's the fastball we talked about, elevated, get visual recognition on the ball up, but you can't catch up. So Garrett Hill going to his number 1 pitch, which would be one finger down, folks.
The Terminator, as Ricky Vaughn would call it. 2 gone here. 2 strikeouts here in the top of the second. Here comes Robert Bosted. Bosted over to third. Lenny makes a play on it, makes it look easy. 3 up and 3 down yet again. Garrett Hill dealing here for Santa Rosa and the Bear Cubs. Due up to bat here in the bottom of the second when we come back on SoCal College Sports. Bottom of the second, no score. Santa Rosa now batting. Ryder Coons, a big bat in the lineup. Struggled a little bit yesterday, pressing just a little bit. 3 strikeouts. Did have a hit and a run scored.
This is their power man. 15 home
bombs
runs in the season.
Yeah.
He drove in a run yesterday, maybe for his 50th RBI. A little bit up, didn't like the call, but looking for that pitch that he can drive.
He's ahead 1-0. Turns on one, just a little bit ahead of it.
Demonstrated some bat speed. He's got some bat speed through the zone. He's got pretty good path, and but again, tough against a guy like Hayden to get full side of the baseball because he is a little bit herky. Doesn't give you that side flat too often.
Here comes the 1-1. That one grounded over to second. Hernandez over to first to Stroll. 1 gone.
He's the busiest man except for the guy selling water right now.
I got to tell you, I was pretty busy in game 1. Had a couple technical glitches that we had to clear up.
Yeah, but you're Superman of SoCal College Sports, so.
I wouldn't say that.
I saw you take off your T-shirt and there was an S on there.
No.
I don't know, was it Superman or SoCal Sports?
I don't know. It's tough to make out the S or the Z with all the flub. That's going to bring up Brodnansky. He flies out to right on the first pitch. Routine play for Cabot Van Til, 2 down. Both pitchers on cruise control as we speak. Here goes Jeff Bart, right fielder for Santa Rosa.
Long, lanky, right-handed hitter, stolen base leader for the Bear Cubs. Likes to run when he get on base, 21 to 23. This guy need to make swing the bat, get him on base, could be a double.
Bottom of the second, no score, no hits for either team. 2 gone. Strike 1. Shenefield dueling Garrett Hill right now of Santa Rosa.
Both young men aggressive, early. Hit me now, please.
Here it is. Chopped over to second, Hernandez.
He might get more overtime pay than you.
He might.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know if we're going to go into overtime. My hours are looking pretty good with the pitchers duel on full display. We're through 2. No score here from Fresno. Fans, a reminder that today's game is brought to you by the 3C2A. California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. The 3C2A, providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams. Eric De La Rosa will start things off this inning for Grossmont. Had a triple yesterday, RBI triple, ended up scoring on a throwing error to tie things up at 2-all. Remember, Grossmont fell behind 2-0.
They did. Good idea by De La Rosa there, trying to break some rhythm on Garrett Hill that looks a little bit efficient at this point with that fastball.
It's an understatement.
Under the tarp.
Understatement under the top. And that change of rhythm might have worked well as that one's in the dirt.
Got ball one. He hadn't seen the dirt yet, so maybe that affected him. A little bit red alert there, but he'll come back fine, I'm sure.
The 1-1. High and inside. Hill did not play last season coming off of Tommy John surgery. He's rebounded well. And we have a correction in his stats on the season. I had written down somewhere 7-0. He's 7-1 this season. Big swing and a miss from De La Rosa, 2-2. 75 strikeouts, 23 walks. Both pitchers very proficient in terms of striking out opposing hitters. The 2-2, that one fouled off of De La Rosa's leg. I want to say that was off of his knee. Matt, can we get a replay? Go camera 1. Bring it back.
Looks like he's going to be okay.
That's going to be that left leg that he found it off of. Training staff attending to him right now.
Long, lean, right-handed hitter. I probably got more than a little flesh on Mr. De La Rosa.
I'll set the table here for you. 2-2 pitch on its way. Here it comes. Ooh. Just missing on the outside half.
Good pitch, good take, good plan. He looked nice and tall, letting it get deep. Even with a guy with above average fastball. Confident hitter here, De La Rosa.
First full count we've seen for Hill. And that one chopped over to third. Well hit. But a great play made by Lenny, making it look easy yet again.
We have seen a plethora of third basemen this week so far during the weekend. They catch everything that's within their sphere.
Every time I hear the word plethora, I always think Three Amigos.
Tres Amigos?
Tres Amigos. I know Stoy gets the reference. He's about to break into My Little Buttercup over here.
It just makes me think of the word veranda.
I'll bring up Michael Diffley. Diffley comes in batting .309 on the season.
As we drift into the southern part of the country. 1 ball, no strikes.
The 1-0. That's high. So control, maybe a bit of an issue here in the top of the third for Garrett Hill. Stats still look pretty good, though.
They're not here without him. He's the numbers guy. Good bounce back off an injury.
2-1 in there for strike.
Nice and firm and aggressive, confident, and playing the 1-on-9 game.
2-1. Curveball in there for a strike. Diffley completely fooled. Two. That one chop foul. Diffley just mistimed it.
That's the only way it gets by Berkey if it's 10 feet foul.
Lenny over there at third. Berkey for Grossmont.
I apologize.
No, that was the wind. Turning over my papers. How dare it? How dare you, Mother Nature? We'll do the 2-2 again. Outside. Count now full. On deck, Cabot Van Til. How do you like it if you're in the 9 hole and you're batting .440?
I like it if I'm the coach, and I like it if I'm the hitter.
I don't like it if I'm the pitcher or the opposing coach. That's for sure. So Diffley fights another one off. We'll do 3-2 again.
Van Til looks like a little pesky left-handed hitter that puts the ball in play, probably makes defensive hurry.
Swing and a miss. High heat gets Diffley. 5th strikeout today already for Garrett Hill. That'll bring up Van Til. Van Til, as we said, batting .440 on the year, 5 home runs. Started off with the strike. Off speed on 1.
I think we voted him yesterday best shoes. He's busted out the shiny green again. Maybe that's his luck charm.
I'm almost matching him. Swing and a miss.
Actually, based on the uni they're wearing today, you also trade.
They probably work out pretty well.
You sport the green, and he would sport those size 15 yellows you're wearing.
Size 7 or size 18, sir.
18?
Well, it's really 17 and a half, but they don't make half sizes
Right.
after 15.
So do you take him to a car wash to get him clean or what?
Car wash, power washer usually works
right.
pretty good.
I wasn't sure.
Van Til behind 0-2. Sit him down. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, we head to the bottom half of the third. Only the 16th strikeout on the year for Cabot Van Til. And Garrett Hill dealing here from Fresno. You can watch us live on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Upstream this broadcast to 1080p on Apple TV or Xbox One. You can follow us on Twitter at SoCal College SPO. It's the 2017 Baseball Championships live from Fresno City College. John Euler's Ballpark, Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's coverage. 3 games on the slate. This is game 2 of 3. The winner's bracket, Santa Rosa and Grossmont. No score. We're in the bottom of the third. Nobody's reached so far. That might change here, and it will. So Ben Sanderson, 3 hits yesterday, make that 4 on the weekend. He's swinging a hot stick.
Got his pitch, drove it up the middle, just enough of a hop to get past the second baseman. for Grossmont. So we got a first base runner. Matt Camara, a situation to sacrifice possibly. Looked at that opportunity a couple times yesterday, and he might be in there to do exactly that.
And Bones, that might be a little bit of an adjustment with two pitchers that are both having so much success, especially with location. You might be better off going up there hacking early rather than letting them get ahead of you in the count.
I agree with you, Jeff. Maybe this time of ball game, if you get your pitch, you got to be disciplined to get your pitch, and looked like Mr. Sanderson got his.
Strike one on Kimura. Kimura coming in 272. Only 6 strikeouts this season.
Hayden going to the breaking ball on that first pitch, Jeff, basically off of what you just said. Little change in geography in the batter's box. He may be bunting here. Nope.
Swinging away, over to short, double play ball possibly. No, only going to get the force. Kimura too fast down the first place line. So the lead runner, Sanderson, taken out. Kimura reaches on the fielder's choice. So one gun here. So Teasley now the batter, batting .331. What is it with the batters in the 9-hole batting 300 or 400 plus?
Well, sometimes in the 9-hole they'll want to try and roll over the lineup as quickly as they can. Pitchers will be a little more fastball dominant. So guys that struggle with the breaking ball or may not have the best hitting plan get a lot of fastballs. Something they can juice, something they can roll into, let that leadoff hitter get back in the box.
And Bones, sometimes isn't there a little strategy to it where, particularly if you have a lot of production at the top of your order, you might want to have somebody in that 9 spot that functions almost as another leadoff hitter.
That ball barehanded, not going to be a play made. That's going to be an infield single for Daniel Teasley.
To respond to you, Jeff, yeah, I think if you can, if you don't have the stereotypical leadoff hitter like, say, El Camino has Trevor Casanova, he drives the ball to opposite fields, and they might want to get to him a little bit quicker. And now here we are, Blake Berry with 24 RBIs might be the guy we're trying to get to.
It's a great job on that replay. Matt Henson, technical director, Emery Johnson, Jorge Cepeda, camera operators this weekend here up in Fresno doing a fantastic job. The entire SoCalCollegeSports.com crew. Here comes the top of the order, Blake Berry. 2-1 here, an opportunity for Santa Rosa to shoot out front. The way Garrett Hill's dealing, might only need one. Shenefield. Off speed, strike one on Berry.
Going to the breaking ball, get it in there off speed pitch, try and take control of the count.
Little hard luck if you're Shenefield on that last at bat.
Tough play.
As Teasley, off of his glove, and that slowed it down, did not allow Short to get there. And Diffley just didn't have enough time to get it over to Stroll. Shenefield ahead. 0-1. Checks the runner. Deals it. Back up the middle. Diffley right there. Gloves it over. Double play ball. No.
We're going to have some interference, I believe.
So we're going to have an interference call. Let's see the replay here. See if we can catch it on the replay. Ball comes up. It's a great flip from Diffley. And that indeed is going to be interference. Runner did not make an attempt to get out of the way.
He needed to go down there. He went straight into the bag, but he was elevated. And if you stay up and don't go down, you got to veer off, so there's no interference with that middle infielder.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and we head to the 4th. No score here in Game 4 on the day, or Game 4 of the weekend, Game 2 on the day. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the 2017 baseball finals here from John Eulis Ballpark.
Fans, just a reminder that today's game is brought to you by the 3C2A. The California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending more than 108 colleges throughout the state. The 3C2A providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams.
Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone with you on today's coverage, SoCalCollegeSports.com. We'll be here the entire weekend. Game 7, if necessary, on Memorial Day tomorrow. Happy you've joined us. Spread the word. Watch us on your phone. Watch us on a computer. You can watch us on a TV. Top of the order now due up. Maldonado, Hernandez, and Berkey. 9 up and 9 down so far for Garrett Hill. We did see our first base runner of the game, the first 3 last inning.
Garrett Hill establishing the count right away.
Shocker there, 0-1. Curveball in there. Strike 2. Maldonado didn't like it.
There's a few people didn't like that, but we got to get in a new moment here.
And you got to come right back. You're down 0-2 to a pitcher that is carving it up. Hill serves it up. That one grounded over to Barry. Barry over to Coons in time for out number 1.
3 pitches, 1 out, pitch conservation. Day 2 in the heat. That's what you want to see out of your starter.
Let's get a weather update.
Hot.
86. 86 degree, but it feels a lot hotter than that. Comes Reese Hernandez. Hernandez might be trouble. Lenny double clutches. Coons comes off the bag, and that's going to be the first hit issued so far by Garrett Hill.
I think Jeff made a comment earlier in game 1. Hit it where they ain't. Yeah. They ain't there.
That qualifies a gork?
I think that, in baseball terms, it's known as a swinging bunt, if we're respectful.
It did not make it through, so it's not a ground ball with eyes.
No.
Unless the eyes told it to just slow down and just die in the grass.
Maybe it was a one-eyed ball, couldn't see the rest of the way.
A lot of variations there.
Yeah, Cyclops ball.
We saw a lot of double plays in game 1 today. Might we see one here? Berkey now the batter for Grossmont. There goes Hernandez with a pretty good jump. That one off the mark. That goes into center field. Hernandez thinks better of it, goes back to second base after the throw had gotten away from Mallet.
Quite a bit of confunction at the second base junction right there. Second baseman, shortstop, center fielder, good hustle, backup play.
Is that a PBS reference?
Yeah, you're thinking conjunction junction. That is.
I don't get cable. I just have the no remote. I have the aluminum foil and the rabbit ears. You guys don't have that one?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I remember it.
It's made by Sam Cianora.
So Hernandez at second on the stolen base. Berkey fouls that one back, 1-1.
Back to Jeff. There's an aggressive hitter, Jeff. That first pitch fastball. Looking to get something they can drive. Trying not to go deep in the count against Mr. Hill, who has taken care of the counts on the most part.
Always a game of adjustments, Bones.
Yes, sir, it is. Like that breeze is adjusting our temperature in here. We just went to 84.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise.
The 1-1. And they're called strike 2. Man, Garrett Hill looks really, really good. And Bones, what do you think the speed is right now?
I'm going to say he's probably 86, 87. If he gets after a little bit on 0-2 count elevates, he might tip the 90 that you talked about earlier. But I can't really tell the life if it's down, in, or across. But looks effective.
It's tough to hit, that's for sure.
It's a blur to Grossmont at this moment.
It's a blur to me. Most things are a blur to me. My eyesight isn't what it used to.
Well, childhood can set you back a little bit.
I do have a 4-month-old. The 1-2. Chopped over to short. Easy play made for Kimura over to first. 2 gone. Runner does advance. So 2 gone. Runner at third. Here comes Noah Stroll. Stroll in double digits with the big fly with 10 on the year. Batting .269. Does lead the team in strikeouts. Struck out his first time up versus Hill.
The only
Can he
player
change the
for
tune of that one?
Only player for Grossmont with double-digit bombs.
Swinging at
He
the
missed
first
that
pitch. Out in front. Easy play for Teasley. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score, but the first hit on the board for Grossmont. Looking for a chink in the armor. Haven't found one yet in Garrett Hill. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Lenny, Mallet, and Coons due up this inning for Santa Rosa. No score, bottom of the fourth. And the hitters haven't figured it out yet. Might we see it figured out right here? That one hit well by Lenny, but not long enough. As Maldonado takes care of it for out number one in the bottom of the fourth.
Good stroke by Mr. Lenny. However, that would be called Death Valley North. Central Field here at Fresno City. You need to be like the big guy on Big League Chew. That big guy on the cover of Big League Chew. He's got arms in his arms and growing bubbles the size of your head. That's the only guy who can take it out in dead central here.
He's got sequoias for biceps.
Yeah, he does.
Sounds about right.
Sometimes it looks like he's got tree of them.
Tree of them. Well done, sir. Trevor Mallet, now your batter. One gone. That one outside from Shenfield. 1-0. And much like we saw De La Rosa try to do, changing up the rhythm, exactly what Mallet does right there. He's a catcher. He's savvy.
Umpire asked him to get back in the box, and he kind of gave him the on my time.
The 1-0. And therefore, strike 1-1.
Well, he's in that situation where he's saying, what are you going to do, kick me out of the game?
Yeah, was that the body language? I don't read body language from a distance.
Do you think umpires in general are control freaks?
Nah, that would be a unfair statement.
Unfair?
Yeah. I mean, they need to control the game, but obviously in a respectful manner. They're a part of the game. They're not bigger than the game, but really none of us are. So if we keep that attitude, the game stays great.
It was a question, not a statement, to be fair.
Well, I was just responding in a statement fashion.
Oh, I loved it. 2-1. Ooh, just outside. Crowd didn't like it. 3-1 now.
What a job holding up on that pitch.
Yeah, it wasn't the pitch he was looking for in a 2-1 count. Was able to lay off it, but again, like you said, he's a catcher. He's savvy. He knows what he's doing. He's seen some balls.
Mala at the mercy of the call. Gets it one in his favor. 3-1. 3-2. That one in there for a strike.
Same pitch. A lot of respect for the hitter. Hayden Shedenfield showing that he has command of all his pitches.
See if he goes back to the off speed. Shedenfield comes set. That one laced into left field for a base hit. So Mallet on with a one-out single here in the bottom of the fourth.
That was a swing and a bat and approach with 2 strikes. Demonstrated the kid hitting 365.
Here comes Ryder Coons. Coons 0 for 1 today. See if he can change his weekend script so far. 3 strikeouts yesterday. Pops the first pitch up, out of play.
Ryder Coons, big, strong right-handed hitter. Kind of looks like the guy that's on the wrapper of Big League Chew. Got some arms.
Arms
got
within his arms.
A little bit of wavy hair. And I saw the center fielder scoot back a little.
Probably a good idea. Coons behind 0-1. Here comes a pitch, and there for a strike, 0-2. So Coons in a quick 0-2 hole.
Good opportunity to miss off the plate here. Maybe get yourself a ground ball, get out of the inning. But it's the most active man in the park, Reese Hernandez.
Coons so dangerous, though. Still have to be careful ahead 0-2. It's exactly what he goes to, the outside pitch, trying to induce that ground ball, double play. Coons lays off 1-2. Shout out to Bob Bernard. So active last year and really helped us out a lot in our coverage in 2016. And he gave us a shout out via the email. Corresponded with us, that one high and outside, 2-2.
What's Bobby up to today?
He might be watching the broadcast. His son Alec went to Michigan. Pitcher of the year, I believe, last year in the 3C2A. He's a stud.
Getting a little BBQ watching the telecast.
It wouldn't shock me. 2-2. Just off the mark. Can we see that one more time? Slider back 9 seconds. Here's a replay on that pitch that just missed. Does not get the call. Here's the live action on a full count. The 3-2. That one popped up. Stroll has it for out number 2. That's a pretty good job there by Coons working that count full, but he ends up popping out to Stroll at first. 2 gone.
Sedenfield did not give in there. He nibbled. 3-2, respected Ryder Coons and threw a breaking ball. 3-2, got him to get out in front.
You got any shout-outs here, Bones?
My shout-out came earlier just to the people that serve our country. Obviously, I think we just need to appreciate those around us.
That one hit through the 5-6 hole, and it's a hit, 2-out hit for Braun Nansky. And Cole hitting .356 on the season. Ups the number there.
Gave a shout-out yesterday to Coach Fernley's grandmother, Ethel in the South Bay, 98 years young. I was corrected by Jeff. I stand corrected, so Ethel, I'm sure, was up early this morning with Breakfast Club, and she'll be back this evening sipping her tea, cheering on her Warriors.
She a Warrior fan?
I think she might be. Her grandson's the head coach. What do you think?
Not the Golden State Warriors.
No. I mean, who isn't a fan of the Golden State?
The more relevant El Camino.
That one shot foul.
Thank you, Jeff, for keeping us focused.
By Jeff Bart. 2 gone here, first and second, 0-1.
I'm not so sure that Golden State bandwagon isn't full. There aren't any seats left.
Yeah, people trickling down the side of that bus.
Yeah, there are Laker fans being run over day by day. Those of us from the LA area are hopeful.
Are you a Laker fan, sir?
Absolutely. I'm a kind of an I love LA. I'm not a Ram guy yet, though.
All right. Well, you know they have to earn your good graces.
Yeah, they're kind of uncertain. They're eclectic. They're not sure where they live yet.
Yeah,
You could still be a fan of the Rams from the 70s.
I could. I actually remember eating breakfast with the Rams at the Hilton Hotel downtown because one of my high school buddies' dad was the chef at the Hilton Hotel. They played the Minnesota Vikings, so ate one morning with the Vikings and one morning with the Rams.
It's pretty cool.
It was fun. Alan Page sat next to me. His hands are as big as that scoreboard. I think it's Senator Alan Page now. I mean,
he's a Supreme Court justice
Court
in Minnesota, I believe he was at one point.
Jeff Hart, meanwhile, down 0-2. Sit him down. Well, 2 left on. And Shenefield ends the bottom of the 4th with a strikeout. We head to the 5th. Still no score here. Game 4 of the weekend. 2017 3C2A Baseball Championships, Grossmont and Santa Rosa. Back in a moment. Top of the 5th, Grossmont due up. It'll be Beard, Bosted, and De La Rosa. Beard sends this one foul, tailing away from the right field line.
Back to the plan that Jeff described. Garrett Hill, fastball. Come get it, man. Trevor Beard getting after it, not quite catching up.
It's a tough pitch to catch up to when you're in the 90s.
And he's topping out aggressive, and it's got some life late.
0-1. Fouled back 0-2. So, well, the script remains the same here today so far for Garrett Hill. Hill already with 6 strikeouts through 4 innings.
We're in the top of the 5th. This game's on the bullet train right now.
It really is.
And the bullets are being provided by Mr. Hill.
Well, guys, I would say about halfway through here, pitching has been the story. I think pretty well across the board in the championship so far here.
No question, you have teams of this caliber get to this point. Their 1 and 2 are going to be solid. Solid 1-2 guys, usually 2 weak guys.
1-2 just outside, 2-2.
Tuesday, Thursday guy, a Thursday, Saturday guy. You have your guys lined up to pitch in this kind of situation. We might see a little bit of impact when we start getting to 3, 4, and 5, and 6 guys that haven't had that many innings. But your 1 and 2s are usually really strong, and that's why they're here.
Are you sure the story isn't the center field camera shot?
Might
2-2.
be.
Got him looking, Beard. Fooled on that one. 7th strikeout today for Garrett Hill.
Was that your shout out to the camera?
Shout out just to the camera. The camera does not have a soul, sir, but it does have an operator,
All right. Well,
which is its
shout
own
out.
tripod.
Guys,
Camera operators today, Emery Johnson and Jorge Cepeda, they are not behind center field. That'd be one tall task.
yeah, it's deep out there.
Really is.
And far. And wide. Isn't that a song? Far and wide, deep and wide, whatever.
Jeff would know. He's
Okay.
like a human jukebox.
Is he?
Much like I'm a human GPS. 1-0 pitch. Chop back to Hill. Hill drops it, picks it back up over to Ryder Coons. 2 gone.
Well
Top of the
proven.
fifth.
You knew exactly where that ground ball went, right back to the pitcher. GPS skills intact.
I don't have an address for you, but I know where it is.
1-800 position 1.
We'll bring up De La Rosa. And this game continues to rush along here. 54 minutes in. We're already about halfway through. Like it. Question is anybody going to score at this point? Both pitchers dealing. That one chopped over to third. Lenny, plenty of time over to Coons. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the 5th coming up here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Grossmont, Santa Rosa. We hit at the bottom of the 5th inning, still no score. Only 5 hits on the day combined for both teams as both pitchers are dealing. Garrett Hill and Hayden Shenefield. Santa Rosa, the closest to it. They do have 4 hits today so far. Here's Sanderson. For the Bear Cubs, it'll be Sanderson, Kimura, and Teasley. Well, usually we would like to get to this around the 2nd or 3rd inning, but the game's gone so fast. It's trivia time here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Jeff, what do you got for me?
And our question is, name the first World Series to pit 2 teams that each went from worst to first from the previous year.
Strike one on Sanderson. We'll keep that
and it's
trivia question up there for a little bit.
that Mike got this one very, very quickly. Very impressive. But, you know, it shows that this is one we're not trying to fool you. I think some people out there can get this one.
This one hit well into center field. Maldonado's going to elect to let it drop for a base hit. He thought about making a play on it and elected to stay in front of it. Probably the wise choice. Sanderson's second hit today, 5th of the weekend.
Sanderson continues to impress. Another quality at bat, stays within himself. Good short compact stroke through the zone, back up the middle of the diamond.
Making a play here for player of the tournament. Comes Kimura.
Yeah.
So Kimura showing bunt.
There's
Bunts
the
it foul.
sacrifice we anticipated last time. They let him swing. Runners weren't advanced, so they go to the sacrifice bunt here in a tight ball game where one run is very, very valuable.
Bottom of the 5th. No score, but now the 5th hit registered for the day for the Bear Cubs. With Sanderson at first, that's his second. Kimura showing bunt, pulls it back, and Sanderson, I got to tell you, I got to think Beard missed out on an opportunity there. I think the quick throw over to Stroll probably gets the runner.
Good extension, anticipating the ball down. You got to see the ball down. You can't guess that your buddy's going to make it happen. You got to get pragmatic evidence that that ball is on the ground.
1-1 on Kimura. Kimura batting .272. Showing bunt, takes it back, swinging away. Throws it in the left field. De La Rosa makes it easy, gets into the gap in a hurry. Records the first out of the inning. Well, we saw the speed of De La Rosa yesterday on the base pass. He had a triple, and the speed, I think, caught the infield off guard from Aloni. Ended up resulting in the throwing error that allowed him to score and tie up the ball game at 2-all.
Covers a lot of ground out there after you see an action play by the Bear Cubs.
Yep.
Not thinking they can get too many hits in a row off Shedenfield, get a little action, slash off the bunt with the defense moving.
Here comes Teasley. Teasley swinging at the first pitch, swinging a miss, 0-1.
I think we're seeing right now that this pitching matchup is definitely a card game because these two gents are dealing. Kenny Rogers in the house.
Well, Shenefield and Garrett Hill making everybody fold. 0-1. In there, no. Just missing 1-1.
That's good. You're a real card.
Well, I have my days, sir.
Yeah. You got to be dealt with.
Caffeine helps.
What's the movie?
I missed it.
I just figured you'd know it. Make one up.
It's not Rounders. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Teasley fooled on that one. What was the question? Or what was the statement? What was the quote?
Could we replay it?
I don't know. Do we have audio replay here?
Do we have the audio replay
No,
on the
no,
system here?
You know, I'm sure I could probably rig something up, but
I'm
we won't
kidding.
go there yet.
No. Not necessary. All in jest and good time with a good group of guys here. SoCal College Sports.
The 1-2. Teasley swing and a miss. Sit down. Second strikeout today here for Shenefield.
Controlling the count. Getting to throw those balls off the plate. Making those hitters make adjustments with 2 strikes. Both gentlemen in complete command of their repertoire today.
That'll bring up Blake Berry. Berry hitting at the top of the order, 309 on the year. Got a man at first. Might not matter. 0-1.
And that is just nasty location on that breaking ball. Down and in to the left-hander Barry, and nothing he's going to be able to do with that pitch.
Yeah, give him the Liam Neeson from Taken good luck.
He should have been taken on that one.
I will find you. I will pitch to you. I will strike you out. Here's the 0-1.
I must break your hands.
Wrong movie, but we'll take it.
That's all right.
There goes the runner.
P.O.
Beard fires one to second. Not going to be in time. He came off of the bag, and that's a great job by Michael Diffley, staying consistent with the tag. We have the replay here.
Yeah, he just overslides the bag.
Yep.
Heady play out there to get out of the inning.
That will do it here for Santa Rosa in the fifth. We hit the sixth inning, still no score. Pitchers battle here from Fresno in Game 4 of the 2017 Baseball Championships in the 3C2A. It's a pitcher's duel here in Game 4 of the 2017 Baseball Championships here from Fresno City College. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff with you, the entire SoCalCollegeSports.com crew. Happy you joined us, everybody. And we have a battle on the mound. Garrett Hill working on a one-hitter here in the top of the sixth. It'll be Diffley, Van Til, and Maldonado due up this inning. It's a leadoff single. And Michael Diffley, San Diego State bound next year.
My Chick Herndon right there. One hit, now 2 hits.
Chick Herndon would have been proud.
Yeah,
Chicky, baby.
He is.
In my opinion.
I'm telling you what, the butter's not getting hard here in this warm Fresno weather.
No, it is not. The butter has been in liquid form since April.
Yeah, it's squeeze-on butter.
Butter on tap. We'll just keep going.
Oh, man, that was a blood-curdling laugh right there. All right, good job.
Van Til fouls it back on 1. So an opportunity here for Grossmont after Santa Rosa had the leadoff man get on via a single in the last inning. Sacrifice looks like it's going to be successful. Hand it over to Barry, covering at first. One gone, but the runner now in scoring position.
Van Til gets his job done, gets that bunt over. There's your 440 hitter willing to sacrifice in a tight ball game against a tough pitcher.
I guess it gets easier by the numbers, but here comes David Maldonado, not too shabby himself, batting .384 coming in.
Well, we can't call him a slacker. .384 is pretty stylish.
He is 0 for 2 today. But great hitters make great adjustments. To see if he can do so right here. Scratch one across for Grossmont and take the lead. Off speed in there, and man, Garrett Hill is just filthy right now.
Good shape. The guys jumped on his fastball there, came back, first pitch breaking ball to control the count. Pitcher this effective controls counts. He becomes more and more effective.
One gone here, top of the 6th. Diffley at second after a leadoff single. He took second after the successful sacrifice from Cabot Van Til. And now we find ourselves with Maldonado. 1-1. Maldonado hits this one well, tailing away from the right field line. That's a great play made by Bart. Runner will advance. As alertly, Diffley over to third. But now two gone.
Long out, nice running catch by the right fielder, Jeff Bart.
And Daniel Teasley, center field for Santa Rosa. Shout out to the B-52s, Summer League team.
Oh, okay. We're back to shout-outs?
They never stopped,
We never left.
Oh, we never leave shout-outs? I'll have to go Cora, Cal, and Camden. 3 of my grandkids. Actually, my only 3 grandkids. Cal named after Ripken, Camden after the Yards, and Cora after the Angels above. So, Grandpa loves you. Hope you're having a good day.
You're a good man.
Only on Sundays.
You mean after naming it after naming him after Cal Ripken, you didn't feel a lot of pressure to name your next Billy after Billy Ripken?
That was my grandkids. I don't control the names, but they do love the game. They love baseball. Great kids, great parents, and more importantly, I have 2 tremendous son-in-laws.
2-0 pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. And the potential first run of the game 90 feet away. It's Diffley at third right now, but 2 away.
I'm not sure, Jeff, I want to ever have an Uncle Billy.
2-1. Inside, 3-1. Justin Berkey on deck. Berkey got a little pop to his bat, 5 home runs on the year. If you're thinking about the big fly, 357 average. Hernandez at 331 and ahead in the count, 3-1. Here it comes. That's low, ball 4. First and third now, and a possible rally here for the Griffins. One of the top offenses in the state.
Looks like Hill there trying to locate a pitch even on 3-1, knowing that he's got first base open. Doesn't want to give in.
Talked about the gaudy numbers for Grossmont this season. 353 RBIs coming into the weekend. That was good for second in the state.
They crossed home plate quite a few times.
Yeah, they're familiar with the dish, that's for sure.
They know how to turn left at third base.
So the step off and over. Now that's considered a balk in major leagues. Is that correct here, Bones?
If you clear yourself and make yourself a defender. If we had a fundraiser every time somebody yells balk on that, you could retire.
First pitch on Berkey is high, ball 1.
Sounds like we're in a chicken coop. Bok, 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 bok. It's not a balk, folks. Unless he doesn't clear.
That would have to be a relatively recent rule, as Rick Sutcliffe back in the day used to make ample use of that particular maneuver.
Yes.
1-0. In the center field, that's going to drop, and the scoreless tie will end. Berkey with an RBI, 2-out single here in the top of the 6th. 1-0 Grossmont. And the Griffins have exposed a chink in the armor of Garrett Hill. who had been dealing up to that point. Only the third hit allowed, but one across here in the sixth.
Berkey got a fastball he can handle. Did not try to do too much with it. Took it back up the middle. Not too many people playing behind second base these days, so it's not good for a knock. 2-out RBI. Big hit, big moment here for the Grossmont Griffins.
Here comes Noah Stroll, the big bat in the lineup, batting cleanup for the Griffins. He started off speed, over 4 strike.
Little respect for Mr. Stroll, 10 home run guy. First pitch breaking ball, so you can back him off a little bit, control that count.
Here comes the 0-1 from Hill. Hill steps off. And it looks like the Griffins have found something that they like here. You know, you might get through the lineup once or twice, but that third time through the lineup is tough to get through unscathed.
I think Garrett kept using what got him there, and now he's going to have to make an adjustment because it looks like the Griffins have. So we got a ball game, gents.
Both pitchers battling up there. 1-0 Grossmont in front of Santa Rosa, the defending state champions here in 2017. 0-1 fouled back, so quick hole for Noah Stroll, and Stroll frustrated about that pitch.
He thought he missed it. Breaking ball up, not too many of those by Garrett Hill, but that was obviously drivable, and Noah just missed it.
So Hill going to take his time here. Has what he likes. Here it comes. Did that hit him? No swing. That hits the batter, so Stroll over to first. Now the bases are juiced. Here comes Trevor Beard. Well, how about that for a turn of events here, Coach?
Well, you got bases loaded. We got Griffins everywhere. It's something that Garrett hasn't seen all day and probably not too often in his career. Bases loaded, and that big, strong Mr. Beard at the plate for the Griffins, looking to break this open a little bit more.
Grossmont has juiced the base paths here. Let's see if they can cash in. They have already scored 1 this inning. Take a 1-0 lead. First pitch into right field. Easy play for Bart, and that will do it for the Griffins in the 6th, but they do break the scoreless tie. They lead it 1-0 on top of the defending state champs, Santa Rosa, who's going to try and respond when we come back. SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Fans, a reminder that today's game is brought to you by the 3C2A. The California Community College Athletic Association sponsors 24 championships for more than 27,000 student athletes attending 108 colleges throughout the state. The 3C2A providing opportunities and fulfilling dreams.
We head to the bottom of the 6th here on SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the 3C2A Baseball Championships here from Fresno, Santa Rosa, and Grossmont. And the Griffins take a 1-0 lead in the top of the 6th.
Pitching's definitely the name of the game here in the last couple days, but I don't think you'll see the Bear Cubs go into hibernation anytime soon.
Blake Berry, Lenny, and Mallett do up this inning for the Bear Cubs. As Hayden Shenefield through 5 innings, 5 hits allowed, no runs. That one hit over to second. Hernandez, who's been busy throughout the day, records out number 1. Long inning in the top of the 6th, and Bones, what kind of an effect might that have on the rhythm of a pitcher who's dealing?
Well, I think he's locked in. It could have an effect, but this young man's shown that he, pitched yesterday. He's pitching today. He's locked in every pitch. He gets the leadoff man. That maybe demonstrates that that didn't happen. It can happen, and point well taken. But
yeah, I think that's key, Bones. He gets that first out right away early in the count, gets himself right back into that rhythm.
Gets him rolling that ball. Here we go again.
Lenny lifts one to center field. Maldonado comes in and records out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
And here's the opposite of that. He's thrown 3 pitches. He's got 2 outs. Mr. Hill just got in the dugout. He hasn't even met the Misters yet, and he's 1 out away from coming back on the mound.
Yeah.
So you can see the coach here taking some time. Rolls right into what we're saying. Got to get a little time for my starting pitcher that's in there, taking that offensive timeout. We're going to talk about nothing about what dinner's going to be tonight after we come back on this win. Hey, hang out, take a strike. How you doing? Your parents doing all right? They travel safe. What's your favorite chocolate candy? So all the things that kind of come up in those timeouts to try and get that starting pitcher some time.
What's your favorite chocolate candy? That's way too long of a conversation. The umpire's going to come over and surely
you
break up that conversation.
He might throw us out for that.
I will tell you, I took that poll after 30 years of teaching college health, and the winner undoubtedly every year is a Snickers.
A timeless classic.
It is.
Mallett now your batter.
I don't know how it can't be Twix, the only candy with the cookie crunch, but
well, I think Twix was like a distant 4th.
I got to tell you, it's Kit Kat or Almond Joy.
Yeah, that's not even bronze medal. That's
we're talking about 2 candy bars that have to come from the bottom to go to the World Series right there.
Well, they have decent pitching. I think they're in good shape. Meanwhile, Shenefield ahead 0-2 on Mallett, 1 strike away from getting out of the 6th.
Snickers is definitely the Yankees of chocolate.
Now you got me thinking of Snickers as the evil empire of candy bars.
Or Snickers with maybe some white chocolate drizzled over it for some pinstripes.
That
the
must be
0-2 just missing.
It must be because Twix is the favorite chocolate of the Boston Red Sox. That's probably why.
It's a fierce rivalry there.
Spoken like a Midwestern Chicago boy, Jeff. You got a title now. Sorry.
Give it to him. Fresh off of it. He's proud. Did you shed a tear there, Stoy? Did you shed a tear when the Cubs won it?
Well,
1-2 off speed, fouled back.
Once I got over the shock of still being alive when it happened, which took a while.
Yesterday was the first day I met Jeff. When I first saw him, I flashed back. He looked like Bartman. You put a Cubs hat on him. He's Bartman.
I'm bringing it. If it were cool enough here, I'd come in a turtleneck and really complete the look for you and see.
Celebrity look-alike Jeff is Bartman.
Steve Bartman.
That's why he's kicked out of Chicago.
Breaking news here from Fresno. Jeff Stoynoff, dead ringer for Bartman.
And look, I got the big headphones on right now too, just completing the look.
Exactly.
But it's part of it's part of the job. I have to wear them.
You brought your whole game. You do anything for
Moise
a free
is a little
meal.
about ready to threaten your entire family right here. 1-2 on Bart. Check that Mallett at the dish.
Can't blame you for thinking it's Bart with that conversation.
It's all right. You'll do anything to get, free security guard in Waverly Ave down there behind left field.
Count now even at 2-2 on Mallett. Trip deuces on the board here. Outside, count now full. Well, we give a shout out to Bob Renard earlier in the broadcast. He emailed us back, said he's watching, enjoying a coldie with some barbecue going on indeed. So
sounds like a very lucky man.
we're not allowed coolers in here with anything other than maybe Powerade and water.
I'm not sure what a coldie is. What is that?
Well, you know what? A coldie can be defined as a lot of things.
Well, you got time.
3-2, fouled off.
There you go.
Well, a quick aside. Last year, we had co-MVPs Alec Renard and Jake Shiner. And how about this? Houston Cougars, that's where Jake Shiner plays. He was named the MVP for the AAC championship. Houston will advance on to the NCAA tournament where they may run into Michigan. Michigan, destination of Alec Renard. They might play each other in the College World Series.
Just for that trivia, I think Jeff's going to buy you a coldie.
I had a coldie last night. It was good. Firestone 805, local brewery. Let's get back to the trivia question. Name the first World Series to pit two teams that went from worst to first from the previous year. You can tweet at us at SoCal College SPO. You can email us at SoCalCollegeSports@gmail or at Hotmail. Take your pick. Love to hear from you. And if you just want to shout out, let us know how we're doing. Bad or good, we take it either way. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff, the entire SoCalCollegeSports.com crew with you this weekend for the 2017 Baseball Championships here from Fresno. It's a big bat for Santa Rosa. Ryder Coons at the dish, swinging at the first pitch. Force out at second. That will do it for the Bear Cubs in the sixth. No runs, one hit, one left on. We head to the seventh. 1-0. Grossmont with a one-run lead here on SoCal College Sports. We head to the seventh here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Grossmont, Santa Rosa, defending state champions from a year ago. And right now, Grossmont with a 1-0 lead after they scratched one across last inning.
Great ball game here with the point of the game where every pitch counts, every play counts, every detail counts. Trying to get back in this ball game. Garrett Hill still looking strong after a little bit of a rough sixth inning.
It'll be Bostet, De La Rosa, and Diffley do up this inning.
Bostet, good hack. 370 hitter in there, left-handed against the right-handed pitcher.
Diffley scored the lone run of the ball game. Bostet hits this one hard, right past Ryder Coons for a leadoff base hit in the top of the seventh. So Bostet, a big contributor this year. He's been a little hampered by a hammy injury.
That hamstring injury may lead to this running substitution by the Griffins.
Yeah, Jail Sim will come on a pinch run.
Played a little wild card with that DH spot. Done it before in the past. Get somebody out there can fit the situation. Then when the offensive spot comes up again, decide who can come off the bench and kind of play a 10, 11-man lineup all of a sudden.
Yeah, Bostet on the season, one of the leading base stealers on the team. Maldonado has 21, but third on the team is Bostet. So you talk about being aggressive on the base pass and forcing the issue. It would have been nice to have Bostet at full strength, but he's on via the leadoff single here in the 7th. Sim now pinch running. Quick throw over from Hill.
Get a little idea if we get an early square out of Mr. De La Rosa here, who also can run a little bit. So you can't be sloppy on your bunt defense here. You got to get an out of a bunt if, in fact, they choose to go that way. But obviously a threat to steal at first base for the Grippas with Jails Sim, who we saw yesterday.
Yeah, Sim 5 for 5 on the season, has not been caught stealing all year. De La Rosa showing bunt, pulls it back, it's outside, 1-0.
Sacrifice bunt situations, we can't reach, can't give in, just got to kind of go up and down, stay in the zone, get that ball located in the right place where they'll take the out at first base.
Grossmont 1 run on 4 hits. De La Rosa taking strike 1. Santa Rosa, no runs on 5 hits.
So this is a bit of a barn burner from a standpoint of pitching, defense, and execution.
De La Rosa gets a bat on it, but it goes foul, 1-2 now.
One of the ills there at a bunt sometimes is they bring that bat back into foul territory. Then once the bunt's down, it can't go anywhere but foul. You got to leave that bat out in front of the plate, keep it in fair territory, and make sure you take care of the execution for your club.
So De La Rosa likely won't be bunting here. We have seen players bunt with 2 strikes. Not advisable. 1-2, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Garrett Hill. Make that number 8 on the day.
A little bit of a disappointing at bat, and Eric feels it as he goes back to the dugout. You want to get a spot to help your team get that extra run.
8 strikeouts through 6 1/3 for Garrett Hill. He's up at 80 pitches on the day so far. So he's got a little bit left in the tank. Might see him go the entire way, assuming he does not get into trouble.
He seems to have a deep tank. His fastball is still brisk. He's still free. In his extension, smooth delivery, no real effort at this point, and not failing high.
Diffley now the batter. Took it 0-1, now 1-1. Diffley scored the game's only run. Back last inning. The 1-1 hit well. That's a single in the right. Sim thought about taking third. Good thing he didn't. It would have been thrown out by a mile. Pretty good arm there from Jeff Bart.
Good hitting plan right there. Taking that ball through the open side with the first baseman holding Sim at first base. And Diffley ramming that ball to the right side, putting it in that 3-5 hole.
We're going to have a visit to the mound. And, well, we said it was 86 degrees earlier. It's supposed to creep up into the 90s, much like the Garrett Hill fastball. Might fatigue be a factor here, Tony?
Well, yeah, it's a hot day, but that does keep you loose. Stay hydrated, get yourself sitting down in between innings. But there just hasn't been much time, as Jeff alluded to earlier, for pitchers to sit down. I mean, they're both dealing. They're in, they're out. They're 8-10 pitches an inning, and you're back out there. So always a visit is good. Check the tank. But this is the time of year where kids will tell you, hey, Coach, my tank's a little deeper than you thought. There, quote-unquote, ain't no tomorrow, but there might be. But I think they're going to be okay, and Mr. Hill looks like he's going to be all right.
Yeah, Hill having a conversation with Matt Kimura. And Tony, can you talk about maybe what this conversation might be about?
Well, that's probably looks. You want to vary your looks. You got an active base runner. You want to see what the pick coverage is. You see Matt Kimura. Are we going off 1 look? Are we going 2 look? Are we going delayed daylight? Are we going daylight? There's a plethora of things that you can do in that situation. There's a 1 look delivery.
Van Til, now the batter for Grossmont. Came into today batting .440. Sorry there, Tony.
That's all right. can see what kind of looks that Garrett gives this time. Again, another sequence given by Matt Kimura. That was a one-look sequence. This could be two looks. This could be no looks. This gives the runner the ability to not get comfortable on a look sequence where you can get a good jump and steal third. There's a no look.
Swing and a miss from Van Til. 0-2.
Exactly what we're talking about. When a one look, when a no look. Here we go, taps. Matty Kimura doing it again. Kind of be savvy. Garrett Hill staying consistent with the shortstop. Just to vary what the base runner might see from Garrett here in this situation.
Here comes the 0-2 on Van Til. That one,
that's trouble.
Going to roll foul. It's a good job by Lenny at the mercy of the direction for that one. Luckily goes foul. Otherwise, would have been trouble.
Was it Van Til that had the swinging bunt earlier?
I think so. I think they got it first and second. Could be wrong. Oftentimes we are.
It was a left-handed hitter. I don't remember whom. I remember Jeff described it differently than that initially.
Correction from Chris Davis. It's Robert Bosted. Like Bo Jackson. Hear that via Twitter. Remember, we want to hear from you. Follow us. Tweet at us at SoCal College SPO. It's 0-2 on Van Til. Just missing on the outside half to the left-handed Van Til. 1-2.
So it was Bosted who had the swinging bunts, what you're telling me.
Could be. One, two. That one hit over to second. Tough play to make for Barry. This is going to score a run. Sim on his horse. No play at the plate. It was close. Sim in there. 2-0 Grossmont.
Good sound baseball play. Great effort by the second baseman. Couldn't quite get it. Nice load and release by the right fielder. Great job by the catcher to block the plate just ahead of the tag of Trevor Mallett to score the run for the Griffins.
Here comes Maldonado. Doesn't get easier here. Maldonado seemed to find a chink in the armor the last time up versus Hill. Seemed to have maybe figured something out. So let's see if he can make something happen here. One gone here. Top of the seventh. One already across. It's 2-0. Grossmont on top of the defending state champs, looking to send them into an elimination game versus Elko later today. That one fouled back by Maldonado.
Maldonado, well put together young man. 6 home runs, which is second in the starting lineup here for the Griffins.
Bounce back from San Diego State University. Likely going to get drafted this year in the MLB draft. Later rounds, but still.
Likes to swing. Likes to swing.
Likes to get his axe, for sure.
He does. He does not get cheated. Step off or step out. Thank you.
Hill taking his time here. Understands the gravity of this situation. Has to keep his team within striking distance. He's ahead 0-2. Looking for his 9th strikeout of the day. And that is an oops swing there. Coons can't handle it. It's a fair ball. Can he get to it in time? He's going to be safe. Everybody's going to be safe. Bases loaded, 1 out. Got an error or a hit? That's a tough play. That's going to be ruled an error.
I think that ball should be caught. Should have been surrounded a little bit better by the first baseman
So
from
indeed,
Santa Rosa.
an E3 for Ryder Coons.
Little funky spin on the excuse me check swing, but still ground ball away. Corners should be up, and middle is back. So.
That's going to bring up Reese Hernandez. Reese has been busy at second base today for Grossmont. Trying to get busy right here at the dish with the bases loaded.
Getting busy with it right here.
That was this. first error on the weekend, I believe, for Santa Rosa. 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Garrett's gone a little bit away from his fastball, which may tell you that he is fatiguing a little bit, as Jeff inquired about earlier. Not quite the late life, a little bit more effort in his pitches, so there is some fatigue here, but it'd be obvious in this heat.
1-1. Popped up. Will it stay in play? That's the question. It will not. That one chopped over. Nice play made by Hill, looking for a double play, not going to get it. He'll get the force out at second. A run will score. 3-0. Grossmont on top. 2 gone now here. First and third in the top of the 7th.
Good play by Garrett. Ball kind of took him away from the plate where the force might have been, but he got an out.
I'll bring up Berkey. First and third, 3-0. 2 gone. And Berkey, an opportunity here to really break it open. Likely some activity in the bullpen.
You would think this would be the time that that would happen.
First pitch on Berkey, outside, 1-0. That's a late strike call there, Tony.
That's the rooftop of the zone. Got some Grossmont umpires here. They might have a valid point.
Yeah, Grossmont umpire saying that was the attic, not the roof.
And the umpire's head was in the clouds.
1-1.
Delay steal.
Outside. Hernandez slowed up there after the throw, went back to Hill on the mound.
Well, I think the defense was, we're not going to give in that run. We're going to compete against the hitter.
Yep.
If they steal, we're going to give them second base. And we're going to match Mr. Hill against Justin Berkey, which is a tall task.
2-1 in there for a strike. That is a big zone based on this at-bat.
And we've seen the basement and the penthouse, to use your analogy.
Well, for second and third, you don't want to bury one here potentially unless you get the swing. 2-2, just off.
Well, everybody on both sides a little unhappy on where the zone is right now. But you got to believe in the umpire. They know what they're doing. They're here for a reason. They've been selected to do here based on their performance as well. So every now and then we get a difference of opinion.
Full count now, first base open, second and third, 2 outs, and that one well off the mark. And Garrett Hill, so good through 5 innings. Grossmont has gotten to him just a little bit here. They lead it 3-0. In the winner's bracket, Game 4 of the 2017 Baseball Championships, live from Fresno here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And here comes Noah Stroll with the bases loaded.
Don't want to miss on this guy.
No, you do not. Swinging a foul tip, 0-1.
A little bit of an undisciplined approach right there. That's not the pitch Noah wants in this situation. He knows he has some power. He knows he's got some of his friends out there. So be a little more patient, Noah, and get the ball you can drive.
A little split screen action here for you. 0-1 Stroll at the plate.
Diversifying in the booth.
Well, we try to keep it fresh. 0-1 off speed, off the mark.
Garrett Hill taking a little more time in between each pitch. I think he's reaching back going, hey, I got to get my guys out of this inning. And he might be one hitter away from his day ending.
Could be here, Bones. 1-1. Swing and a foul tip, and that goes off of Mallett, and Mallett smarting just a little bit.
Again, you see a plate umpire walking a baseball to the mound, giving his catcher some time. You got the trainer lurking from Santa Rosa trying to get some PT.
Well, Jerry White, the commissioner of the Western State Conference. Looks like we have a Western State Conference ump behind the dish tonight. Get some names here for you shortly. It's 1-2 on Noah Stroll. Swing and a miss. Stroll punched out, but the damage is done. The lead out to 3-0 here for Grossmont on top of the defending state champs. We head to stretch time here from John Euless Ballpark. Back in a moment here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning. And a 3-0 lead for Grossmont with the Bear Cubs coming to bat. Shennefield into the line and a good pitch at the knees. Strike one. A 2-run top of the 7th for Grossmont. And now the Griffins can sense it. A 3-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Off speed just outside. A ball and one strike.
Shenfield keeping his team in the game here, working into the bottom of the 7th after closing yesterday, getting the save. Definitely a go-to guy for the Griffs.
Brodnansky, the batter, and he takes that one outside. 2 balls and a strike. Shennefield into the wind, high pop, down the right field line. It's a long run for Van Til, but he's under it and has it for out number 1.
Leadoff man, so critical in games of this magnitude. Hayden Shenfield continues to control that leadoff man.
Yeah, you can't get in too much trouble when you can consistently get to 1 out, maybe even 2 outs, nobody on base. It just seemingly makes the game a lot easier, and that'll bring up Jeff Bart. He's 0 for 2.
And he does it in abbreviated pitches in just about every at-bat. which just makes him a little bit stronger, a little tougher to get to.
Shannonfield ready on the inside corner.
First pitch strike, leadoff man retired, ball strike ratio, all significant and demonstrated primarily by both guys today.
Bartleby followed by Ben Sanderson. Sanderson continues a torrid weekend. He now has 5 hits as he's 2 for 2 today, waits on deck. So if you're Shannonfield here, you'd like to get by Bart and deal with Sanderson, 2 outs, bases empty.
Absolutely.
1 ball and 1 strike. Shannonfield kicks and delivers back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Jeff Bart.
Jeff Bart looked like he was on that pitch, ready, saw it up in the zone, made a good swing, just didn't quite square it up.
Bart, a .345 hitter on the season. Shannonfield a little extra time. Now he's ready from the belt. Curveball, popped foul over the screen. Well, how about the Griffins here, Bones? The 2-run bomb by Phillips early off of Holdgriffer yesterday, and it looked like maybe the Renegades were off and running, and the way he settled down and really held them at bay, and then right into Shannonfield today.
Well, like we talked about earlier, most of these clubs have a solid 1-2 that takes them deep into a ball game and keeps the opponent at bay and off balance the entire day.
Yeah, I think the team that has the best performance from that 1-2, that's the team that usually makes it to day 3, needing just 1 more. And here in 2017, that's looking like Grossmont, but a long way to go here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th.
So far, you're a prophet. We'll
Yeah.
see. You got some outs left, and you've been known to, demonstrate your prophecy often. But we'll see. He's taking a little bit more time, a little bit more deliberate than he was early, and he went to a different breaking ball here the last 2 pitches to Jeff Bart.
Here's the 1-2. Pop fly, shallow left. Diffley moving back, but it's De La Rosa who will take it for out number 2.
Well, this is what you want. You got 2 outs, and the hot-hitting Ben Sanderson approaching the plate.
That's great communication also between Diffley and De La Rosa, and De La Rosa takes charge there. It's a play
As
that
he
can always
should.
be a little bit of trouble, but
As he should. That's what we call pop-up priority, and that priority goes to the person coming in as opposed to the person going out.
here's Sanderson. Perfect on the afternoon, 2 for 2. First pitch just low. You know, you get the feeling sometimes, and it could be just perception, but sometimes when a hitter's particularly hot or a pitcher's really hitting their spots, that it can subconsciously sort of start to affect the pitch calls that you'll see. And again, there was a classic example, I think, where that first pitch was very close to Sanderson, but almost imperceptibly it maybe can start to affect, and you give a little bit of a benefit of the doubt on a close pitch to someone who's just seems to be executing so well, be it a pitcher or a hitter.
I think it'd be a fair generalization. If you're around the plate, that umpire's going to be around the plate.
Yeah.
If you're off the plate, he's going to be off the plate. So you got to bring him back into that zone, and sometimes you can leak the inch, 18 or 19 of that 17 inches and get a little umpire love.
Here's the 2-1 to Sanderson. On the outside corner. No love for Sanderson there.
Yeah, he didn't care for that pitch. But really no emotion. Good hitter like Sanderson should step up, try and back this one up and take it the other way with 2 strikes against a crafty right-hander, Hayden Shannonfield.
Shannonfield ready. The 2-2. Overhand curve, inside and high. Count goes full on Sanderson.
This will be the first time that I think I've seen a little bit of fatigue in Hayden. They might be looking to get him out after this inning, just as I think Mr. Hill might have been on his last hitter in the previous inning.
Yeah, Shannonfield making his 23rd appearance, but he only has 6 starts on the season as Sanderson fouls this one away. So he's moved back and forth between the bullpen and the starting rotation, but yeah, we're looking at a pretty long outing for him, 6 2/3, and obviously no big surprise here. It's a hot weekend at Fresno.
Yeah,
for
it
the,
is. It is. It's always hot in Fresno.
Yeah, for championship weekend here. Full count on Sanderson.
Plus, it may be a situation where you got a pitcher who needs an extra day's rest. He's coming off a tough outing, high count, and they've shoved this man into a situation that he obviously has embraced.
And again, it's something that we talk about from time to time, as here's the payoff pitch, and that's high and outside, so Sanderson works the 2-out walk. But again, it's to Grossmont's benefit here. Shenefield's not going to be available after today. So, again, you want to walk that line like we talked about last game of, obviously you don't want to endanger. That goes without saying. But getting the most in your single outing out of a pitcher gives you that much more leeway and that much more versatility moving forward.
Sure, unless you have that identified closer, and he can give you 3 outs, back days.
Yep.
Where this gentleman here is probably, like you said, multiple appearances and multiple roles, probably not trying to extend his innings because he's going to get the most out of him he can for the weekend right here today.
Matt Kimura is the batter. No balls and 1 strike the count as Sanderson takes his lead from first. Here's the pitch, in there for a strike. Kimura quickly in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes.
Back to his best breaking ball, that slider, a little bit off a 3/4 arm angle. Different than the one he's gone to. It's been over the top that he struggled with in this inning.
Nice when you can go back to something that's just working like clockwork.
It's an effective pitch for him.
0-2 on Kimura. Here's the pitch. Just low.
And that's the pitch that Santa Rosa hasn't laid off on. We made a Sergio Romo reference yesterday. It's kind of what he does, gets people off the plate, to the kind of bow, get out in front, and try and make contact with the ball that's a foot outside.
So a ball and 2 strikes on Kimura. Got him. Kimura down on strikes. That'll do it in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. We head to the 8th. Grossmont on top of Santa Rosa, 3-0. It's Game 4 of the 2017 3C2A Baseball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the 8th inning. First pitch swinging, a ground ball, base hit. So the Griffins have the leadoff man aboard.
Trevor Beard, who's been swinging at the first pitch all day, got a little spread out, but happened to roll it into the hole that put just to the left of the second baseman for Santa Rosa, Blake Berry.
That'll bring up Jail Sim with Beard at first. New pitcher Henry Birch greeted rudely for the Bear Cubs. And Birch making his 10th appearance of the season all in relief. A record of 1-0, an ERA of 3.27 and 11 innings of work. So Sim takes a pitch in there for a strike. A ball and a strike the count.
Birch looks like the guy that maybe can give you some extended innings if he's had those appearances. Not much of a record, probably because of that. Been a little bit of a middle guy. Has would be the guess.
Breaking ball away, 2 balls and a strike on Sim.
I would like to jump in real quick, guys, just to talk about the fact that it's extremely hot, as you mentioned earlier, and as a result, computer equipment doesn't handle that very well. So we've lost the center field shot temporarily. We will have it back soon. Definitely for the there we go.
Looks like it's on its way back.
Yeah.
There it is. 3-1. Sim had a cut. Comes up empty, and the count goes full.
Thank you for that, Matt. It is a machine.
Yep.
Not quite the machine that you and Jeff are, but
We're just looking
it is a
for
machine nonetheless.
a huge air conditioner. Sim down on strikes. Birch comes back to fan Sim for the first out here at the top of the 8th.
Did you say fan?
It's a poor choice of words,
No,
I
it was
guess. As it
excellent.
turned out,
I was hopeful.
no such luck. Trying to figure out. If only we could call the game remotely from our hotel room. That's nice and comfortable.
It's
No balls
possible.
in-
We
No
can do
balls
it.
in a strike.
As long as Matt was here on site running around like a chicken.
Well, that goes without saying. Sorry, Matt. Fly ball center field. Teasley ranging over, has it for the out. 2 down as Beard retreats to first. That'll bring up Mitch Diffley. Diffley's 2 for 3 on the day.
Birch has come in, giving him some good at-bats after the scratch single by Trevor Beard to lead off the inning.
Let me just quickly correct myself. It's Michael Dipley. I'm not just giving him a nickname. That really wouldn't be fair if I saddled Michael with Mitch as his nickname forever. Why should that be up to me? A ball and no strikes on Diffley. Beard with a short lead at first.
Technical error.
Again, Birch trying to come inside.
That
2 balls and
doggone
no strikes.
center field camera changing the names on the lineup cards. It's got a mind of its own.
Good to have it back, though. Our first season with the center field shot. Hopefully first of many. Birch again missing low, way behind now. 3 balls and no strikes on Michael Diffley. Griffins in this type of situation, you never have too much insurance.
Not against a club like Santa Rosa.
Birch missing high. Walks Diffley on 4 pitches. 2 on, 2 out now for the Griffins. And Cabo Van Til coming to the plate.
Cabot Van Til again, first team all footwear.
Well, that's only because Mike's neon yellow shoes have not made it on camera yet.
It's true. That's true. We haven't had a vote.
Van Til digs in from the left side. First pitch, a strike.
There's your trivia question. Which pair of shoes are longer, brighter, and bigger?
I feel like that's an ad campaign. Longer, brighter, bigger. No balls and a strike on Van Til. And Birch with a little bluff towards second, but Beard hanging around the bag. Fouled away. Good job by Birch there, busting it inside to Van Til.
Minimal stop, needs to be careful. Kind of rolled into his pitch there. You do need to make a discernible stop here prior to heading towards the mound.
0-2 the count on Van Til. Beard at second, Diffley at first with 2 down. The wind and the pitch, high chopper on the right side. Barry, Coons, nobody has a play, but it's a foul ball. Gonna say that this one may be off the plate.
I don't know. I think it might be off one of those shiny green shoes, the way that Cabot's walking away.
Yeah, Cabot hobbling around a little bit, testing it out.
There's your
Well,
ad campaign.
That's a bad break for Van Til in a couple of ways. First of all, he gets the ball off his foot, and secondly, I think it robbed him of a hit.
He might have been safe.
Talk about insult to injury. As Cabot digs back in. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Reaches out, grounds this one to short. Kimura right there. He'll go the long way to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, Grossmont on top of Santa Rosa, 3-0. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Well, Bones, I think Mike was so happy with himself on our trivia question, and he was so quickly nailed it that, yeah, he didn't give you much of a chance. But what'd you think of the question?
I don't think I could have researched the annals there.
I guess how much we remember the time. But our question: name the first World Series to pit 2 teams that each went from worst to first from the previous year. And amazingly, after such a long World Series history, no team had done it. And then in this year, both teams actually were worst to first participants in the World Series.
And what was the year again, Jeff?
Well, we can go ahead and give the answer here. I think we've given long enough on this one. You got that one for? 1991. Atlanta and Minnesota. Ring a bell at all?
It does.
Jack Morris, John Smoltz, Game 7.
It does.
Extra innings, no score.
It does ring a bell.
All right. A classic World Series to be sure, but also the answer to a trivia question. Stroll on the short hop, mishandles. Bang, bang play at first. And the leadoff man aboard for Santa Rosa as Teasley legs it out. It's a tough play for Stroll at first. Tried to take it on the short hop. And I think that's going to go down as an error.
Might have been better served just to put that big, long body in front of that instead of try and pick it on the short hop. He had time. Hitter didn't get out of the box that great, and he was 4 or 5 feet from the bag. So I think he's a little disappointed in himself there. But these are the kind of windows that sometimes open and get a ball club back in a game.
That goes to the top of the order, and Blake Berry, who's 0 for 3. Tried to hold up on the breaking ball. No balls and a strike. And a throw over and Teasley back. And Teasley has good speed. 12 steals and 17 attempts. The 12 steals, second on the Bear Cubs this season.
More importantly, rolls over that order again. We're to the top where some of the thunder starts for the Bearcats.
Barry lines this one. Sensational catch by Diffley, and he doubles up Teasley at first. We'll see if we can get the replay. How about this from Diffley? Lays out no chance for Teasley.
I think all you can say there is da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
And it really continues, I think, a very unfortunate, unlucky weekend for Blake Berry, who's hit the ball hard a couple of times, and he's robbed again there.
Squared that up well and drove it back up the middle, but we've referenced it before. 9 gloves beat 1 baseball.
So 2 down, base is empty.
That's the kind of play a guy like Hayden needs deep in a ball game when he's battling pitch by pitch to stay in the game, keep his team in the game, and then get a stellar play by the shortstop there for Grossmont, Michael Diffley.
And Lenny, the batter, waves and misses at an off-speed pitch. The count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. And we rejoin Mike Cepeda, who's working as producer and play-by-play announcer.
Double duty.
Yeah, absolutely. Lenny at the plate, 2 down, base is empty.
Swing and a miss. Shennefield still out there?
It's Shennefield. We talked about Shennefield and moving back and forth between the bullpen and the starting rotation. We looked into this. Lenny's last 3 starts in the playoffs, he's gone 8 innings or more each time. So obviously he's got the arm strength to work deep, as he's showing here, as he's gone 7 2/3 scoreless.
Well, the double play, obviously, a big benefit.
Doesn't hurt.
Pitcher's best friend. It'd be nice if a pitcher named his dog double play.
I've heard a slider. I've heard a curveball. I've never heard a double play. Maybe DP.
DP? That's
call him DP.
How has that not happened already? I'll tell you, that brain of yours never stops working, Michael.
I have my moments. I have my weekends. 2-2. Hit well. On his horse, that's Van Til. That's going to get to the wall, off the wall. That might be a hard luck. Thrown out at second base. No.
Almost overslid the base again, as we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And Lenny able to stay there. That's a great job by Van Til fielding that ball off the wall. We saw that in our first game today as well from Alvarado. Also, doing a terrific job of reading that ball off the bat and then playing it off the wall and making that play very close at second base.
Yeah, he almost hit that ball too hard off of the wall.
That one was a little bit south of Tom Seaver.
And I think we're going to get a pitching change here.
And you'll hear quite an ovation for this young man, Hayden Shenfield, that is definitely keep his ball club in this game with a gutty performance.
7 2/3 of shutout 6-hit ball.
And it's 2 hard-hit balls in a row, and you're only talking about a 3-0 lead here. So you're talking about a lead that can get away from you very fast, as good as Shennefield has been.
Bones, what do you see here from Shennefield? Obviously, he's been pretty lights out throughout the duration, but the K's have not necessarily been there, but he is getting out of some jams, some timely pitches. But I see he might be a little fatigued.
Yeah, he's much more deliberate. He steps off with a little more time. He's a little more settled in his stretch because he's a perpetual stretch pitcher. And I think he's taking a little bit more of a deep breath, just telling himself, working himself through the next pitch. He's definitely run a little bit low, maybe on stamina, but obviously he's still full tilt on effort and courage.
Well, Santa Rosa trying to make the pitchers go on tilt here, see if they can get back into the ball game. They are within striking distance. 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th.
And, of course, highlights what a huge play that is in the field by Diffley. When you see the double by Lenny, think about that would have kept that rally going if Barry's ball had gone through. So how big can a fielding play be?
Bones, in a lot of the meetings, you've heard a lot about Cabot Van Til, Michael Diffley. We already talked about Diffley committed to San Diego State next season. Van Til, 440 hitting in the 9-hole. Just players that really have come to play here this weekend.
Well, there's standouts all over the ballpark here. From Hayden on the mound, to Cabot in right field, to those people working the snack bar, doing the tech for you, Maddie down at the end of the tower. This is a great place to see great people perform and excel, and that's what we're all about here in the 3C2A.
Right now, Mallet ahead 2-0. See if he can turn on one. Fouls that one off. Down the right field line. Van Til in pursuit. It's going to go foul.
You see Hayden going back up the slope just a little bit slower than he's been. Giddy up just a little bit slower.
Yep.
He's got a little rental pony to him right now. A little tired, but he's digging in. He's trying to bring it back to the barn.
We have been told that there is activity in the Grossmont bullpen. Don't have a number for you at this time, but obviously the wheels turning here, possibly going to make a move for Shenefield.
See if we can get a camera shot of that for you. Emery Johnson on the call, on the camera. Meanwhile, it's called strike 2, so 2-2 now. And Shenefield, 1 strike away from getting out of the inning, does have a man in scoring position. That's Lenny.
Might see a little emotion out of Hayden here if he gets his pitch, handles this hitter, and gets his team to the 9th.
That one off the mark. Shenefield with 3 Ks today. Number 4 would be a big one right here. Count now full 3-2. 2 gone. Bottom of the 8th.
Not quite on the same page with his catcher at this point. Trevor Beard, but maybe that's just getting a little more 0-2 here before he makes that pitch. 3-2.
Here it comes. Foul back. Mallett stays alive. It's a good job by Mallett making Shenefield work.
He is.
And we do have a couple pitchers up in the bullpen. Looks like Jail Sim.
31
and Dylan Gargis. 31 and 32. I believe were the players that were up in the bullpen that we just saw. Gargis would make sense. He was actually working yesterday before they elected to bring on Shenefield.
Jail Sim bat last inning.
He pinch run. Pinch ran for Bosted. Got him swinging.
Yeah,
Shenefield, his 4th K of the day.
And Bones, you were right. We saw some emotion. It was Trevor Beard who did the fist bump behind the plate on the strikeout.
Shenefield.
That's a big play by Shenefield.
Maybe cold going back into the dugout.
Maybe just too doggone tired to show any emotion. I wouldn't. I'd be surprised they ran him out there again. I'm sure they got a person that's got this closer role.
Santa Rosa strands another one at second. They have yet to punch one across here. We go to the 9th, 3-0. Grossmont looking to enter into the day 3 of the baseball championships here from Fresno in the winners bracket. Stay tuned.
I think it's Jeremiah. Oh.
Top of the order here in the top of the 9th for Grossmont. They lead it 3-0, trying to send Santa Rosa, the defending state champs, into an elimination game later today in game 3 of day 2. Baseball championships here from Fresno. Maldonado chops one back up the middle. Can't run it out. He's thrown out at first.
Nice play by Matt Kimura, coming and getting that ball, setting his feet, delivering a critical strike to his first baseman.
And not an easy play that he made look pretty easy.
That'll bring up Hernandez. Reese has been very good in the field today. Birch hits Hernandez on the foot.
Talk about taking one for the team, but that's not where you want to take it right there.
No.
No, sir.
Takes one off the big toe. Takes one off the Sergeant Holka. I know Bone's going to like that reference.
I know it's a movie somewhere. Help me out.
Stripes? You never seen Stripes?
What is a hit batsman without a big toe?
Yeah, I've seen Stripes.
Thinking about renaming Henry Birch to the Duke.
That'd be the fact, Jack.
Berkey, now your batter here for Grossmont.
Excuse me, that'd be the fact, Mike. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I go by Jack in my spare time.
That's your stage name?
Yeah.
All right, Jack.
Among other variations. Yo, 1 into center field, base hit. So 2 on here, 1 gone in the top of the 9th. Little insurance time here for Grossmont.
Noah Stark had a little bit of a difficult day. Around the dish, around the bag. Center himself here, get back on it. Have a quality at bat.
Yeah, going to be important for Noah Stroll to see if he can right the ship heading into what would seemingly be the winner's bracket on day 3, Championship Monday. Swinging at the first pitch, pops it up to right. Bart with a beat on it, puts it away for out number 2. So 2 gone now here in the top of the 9th.
Not going to challenge the arm and right.
No.
Noah Stroll again showing his anxiety there. Maybe swinging a pitch he shouldn't. So just letting that ball get deep, trying to hit it the other way, and get back on the mule that got him here.
Here comes Trevor Beard.
Did we shout out to Will Cowan yet from Ventura?
I don't know.
Your basketball
Not,
homeboy?
not only that, but we haven't mentioned the word apparatus.
No. Well, we just did. In reference to the word itself, Beard fouls the first pitch off, 1-1.
Trevor Beard using that apparatus at home plate, trying to drive a ball in here with 2 outs.
Will Cowan playing with the grill right now, no doubt. Probably putting some on there.
I've been to Will Cowan's house. I don't know if you have.
I have not been there yet, but I keep on seeing stuff on Facebook in terms of the dishes that he prepares. And
he's got a
they look
special little
fantastic.
cabana.
The 0-1 got dirty from Birch, so the runners will advance now 2nd and 3rd. Force play taking off of the board.
And the decision not to challenge the arm and try to take that extra base looms large now as that wild pitch would have scored another run for Grossmont. Instead, it remains 2nd and 3rd.
This would be under the heading of nobody hurt, work the hitter, understand the count, you control the strike zone.
The 1-1 in there for a strike from Birch. Well, Jeff, I believe you touched on it earlier. Pitching the story this weekend at the baseball finals here in 2017. It has been fantastic. But Grossmont has been the best team in that regard so far. 1-2. Misses outside. Gets away from Mallet momentarily. Tracks it down. Throws back to Birch on the mound.
But the last chapter is still to be told here, as Bones has been talking about the first and second starters. That's what you see in the first 2 days. But who's going to step up among those third and fourth starters, the more part-time starting pitchers on the season? And those are the heroes of the final day or 2.
Absolutely, Jeff. And, you know, if this game plays out the way the scoreboard shares with us right now, Santa Rosa is going to have to find that guy, as is El Camino, come back on that evening game to try and stay one more night in the hotel.
2-2 off the mark outside. Count now full on Trevor Beard. The 3-2. Beard struck out swinging. And we go to the bottom half of the 9th. Can Santa Rosa extend this one into extra innings or even walk it off? We'll find out in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. We go to the bottom of the ninth, and here's some news. Hayden Shenefield out on the mound to close things out, and maybe a risky play here, Bones, as Shenefield was, I wouldn't say lit up, but he was definitely hit hard last inning.
Well, he's definitely not the guy we saw 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, but his heart must be enormous. His courage, like we said, is on full, even though his tank may be a little bit low physically.
Guys, I think this highlights a fascinating dynamic in management in baseball at any level, and that is the philosophy between, do you make the change or do you stay with the guy who's doing the job and getting people out? And you get different answers, I think, at different times. But obviously the decision here is, look, this guy has thrown 8 shutout innings. He's doing the job. I'm going to stay with the guy that's doing the job right now.
Ryder Coons, the big bat in the lineup, will lead things off for Santa Rosa. Started off low, ball 1.
Didn't look like there's any ill effects of 8 innings on that pitch. Firm and inside and trying to jam this big hitter from Santa Rosa.
Here's the 1-0. That one outside. So Shenefield decidedly battling here in the bottom of the ninth. See what his pitch count's at. Right now, 104. And he did pitch an inning in relief last night. Coons pops that one up. He gives it a long ride. Maldonado comes over and makes a play. 1 gone. Grossmont 2 outs away from Monday. It is Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
I get my days mixed up here.
We have Saturday, then we have Sunday. And then tomorrow when you wake up, Mike, it's going to be Monday.
Well, I haven't known what day of the week it is for the last 4 months.
And you probably won't for about 18 years. But I'm just guessing.
This is May. Prior to May, we had April.
Brodnansky now the batter.
And you will be celebrating Father's Day next month with the 4-month-old.
And activity does continue in the bullpen for Grossmont, but Shenefield able to get the all-important first out despite falling behind in the count.
Well, if you talk about going through to Monday here for Grossmont, as that one is given a ride. This one might go back to the wall. No, it dies in the wind. Maldonado races back, has it for out number 2. But if you're thinking about Championship Monday here up in Fresno, you turn the page pitching-wise for Grossmont, likely to Donovan McChrystal. He's 9-2 on the season with a 2.3 ERA. 90 innings pitched. In fact, in terms of inning pitched, that's the second most behind Holdgraper, who was fantastic yesterday. 8 innings, a 3-run ball.
Shenefield using the big part of the park. Those are probably runs and bombs in another place, except here, like we talked about, the airport that resides down in center field here at Fresno City College.
Yeah. Bones, he hits it to exactly the worst part of the park, as it turns out.
Santa Rosa goes to their bouncer in Joe Canepa. He's a big boy, freshman lefty. And Shenefield starts him off 0-1.
He is a tall drink of water. A little bit more room in right field than there is in center.
Agreed. 0-1. Just outside. Shenefield nibbling here. Well, it's impressive to see Shenefield maybe not with the same zip that he had 4 innings ago, but nibbling with control.
Yeah, he is competitive for sure.
He's a battler. 1-1. And there's strike 2. Grossmont 1 strike away.
And if you're Shenefield, what a position to be in. You can go right after the hitters. Base is empty, 3-run lead. Let him hit it.
Here comes the 1-2. Shenefield deals it. Outside. Oh, Grossmont, the faithful, thought they had it.
The Griffin faithful, I think, trying to inch that call along if they can. They weren't waiting for a call to react. They wanted to say, that's strike 3 right there.
They were hoping Enrico Palazzo was behind the dish.
We can sit here and let them dictate what happens on this next pitch.
Better hope it's Enrico Palazzo not wanting to prolong this inning.
Vince Scully silent.
2-2. And that one handcuffs Canepa. And Stroll has it. It's a complete game shutout, 6 hits allowed from Hayden Shenefield. Well, how about your weekend if you're Hayden? You get the save yesterday in a 4-3 win over Ohlone, and then today, complete game shutout. You want to talk about tournament MVP? Look no further than Hayden Shenefield. Back in a moment, wrap things up. We will set the table for Game 3 on the day here in Fresno, the 2017 Baseball Championships in the 3C2A. It's a wrap here in Game 4 of the 2017 Baseball Championships here from Fresno. Mike Cepeda, Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff with you. Happy you've joined us, everybody. We have another game on the slate here today. That will be Santa Rosa and El Camino. An impressive performance, Hayden Shenefield. Gentlemen.
Well, Jeff, I'll default to you after I say the man was Hayden. The word of the weekend has been pitching. And we've had teams that are just very, very offensive, been stymied by some great pitching. Today, Cassius Ham, and then this afternoon in Hayden Shenefield. So we got a good situation. The pitchers have done a great job. Hats off to just a gutty performance. 110 pitches, complete game, CG, and I think you referenced it earlier, Mike, a save and a win. So this has been a memorable Memorial weekend for Hayden Shenefield.
I think the only thing I have to add with that, other than the fact that everyone's waiting to see just how much I look like Steve Bartman, now that we have a picture of me, I guess I should wear my glasses.
Well, I don't know, but the
to complete the
get the man some
complete
sunglasses.
the effect. One other thing to mention is a couple of great plays in the field, and obviously I don't think there's any pitcher in the world that's going to tell you that they don't need a little help from the defense, and that's not a key. And that's really been critical, not just in this last game, but really the entire weekend. It's spelled the difference in what so far we've seen is very close games almost across the board here in the championship so far, and still at least 2 more to go.
Well, the defending state champions not out of it yet. They will play El Camino coming up. We talked about that third starter being so key. And, well, Santa Rosa has a couple people to turn to. Ryan Calderon, Jared Noonan, who started yesterday's game. Do we maybe see him early, have somebody else close it out? Where do you go to in terms of strategy pitching-wise here in Game 5?
Well, I think you got to, like we talked about, you play one game at a time, one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. And I talked a little bit with Coach Fernley last night, and he wasn't sure who the third guy was be. It's been Ricky Ramos in our conference play for most of the duration of the year. He struggled late. It could be a young man named House who's pitched really well. They got a closer in Jake Carr who lights it up at about 92. So they have some choices. They have some options, and El Camino has always been known for pitching depth.
You know, that's a great place to jump to the point of how do you like it if you're Grossmont in this type of situation? Because as you talk about, El Camino has to come back. They have some choices right now between Ramos and House possibly going to Carr, but that's going to further limit their choices as they look ahead to possibly playing tomorrow. Meanwhile, if you're Grossmont, you've essentially used 2 pitchers at this point. You still have your entire rotation to go. And that's what's really, really interesting about this particular format, is it just kind of keeps constricting on you, and your choices get more and more limited the more you have to play. And it's a really challenging situation for a coaching staff.
Well, we will see the Griffins on Championship Monday. Will it be the Warriors or the Bear Cubs back on day 3 of the championships this year, looking to defend their title? We're going to find out in about 45 minutes. El Camino and Santa Rosa will duke it out. We will have the call for you 45 minutes from now. Go to our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also go to our channel on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. For Tony Barbone, Jeff Stoynoff, Matt Henson, Emery Johnson, Jorge Cepeda, I am Mike Cepeda signing off. Back in 45 minutes, everybody. Thank you for joining us.